The most chaotic place right now on earth is undoubtedly the Middle East. What started on October 7 in Israel has now transcended the borders of multiple nations. Reports of rockets, missiles, airstrikes, and drone strikes have become a norm in this region. While the war had been dragging on for months, the Middle East conflict escalated further when one day Ismail Haniyeh, the Hamas chief and orchestrator of October 7, was neutralized in Tehran. Just months after that, Nasrallah and his top Hezbollah commanders were also eliminated. But on Tuesday, the patron of these organizations, Iran, blazed missiles over the Israeli sky in one of the largest attacks. As the escalatory spiral continues to revolve, it will eventually have effects on every country, whether directly involved or not. India too will have to bear its impact. Hi and welcome to Think for India. I'm your host Pauresh Gupta. In this video, we will discuss the effects of the Middle East crisis on India. Let's begin. It is pretty much clear that Israel will retaliate to the Iranian missile attacks. The eventuality of this new front may not be a full-scale war, but it will definitely have a bearing on India. The most easily visible hit that India will face is oil. Currently, there are two prominent crude benchmarks, Brent and WTI. India purchases oil from OPEC countries which use Brent crude benchmark. So whether India purchases oil from Russia or from the Middle Eastern countries, disruptions in this region will augment the oil prices. Incidentally, the same was witnessed yesterday after Iran launched a barrage of ballistic missiles on Iran. After the Iranian attack, Brent crude climbed above $75 a barrel. This may sound more disheartening that prior to the Iranian attack, crude oil prices were coming down. The domestic rating agency ICRA predicted that the oil companies could save rupees 2 to 3 per litre. This could have translated into reduced oil costs for customers in the coming days. Israel recently attacked Houthi-controlled port in Yemen in Red Sea, an area which saw massive attacks on commercial ships in the past. Follow the route and you will find out that the entire sea route between the Arabian Sea and Suez Canal is compromised. Every Indian import that crosses through the Suez Canal may become a risky business. This also takes us to India's future plans. India has long known the vulnerability of the Suez Canal. After all, a choking point is always a risky route to trade. So New Delhi tried to develop an alternative. First, it tried with Chabahar port in Iran. It was a one-shot, three-hit game for India. Suez was bypassed, so was Pakistan, and India would get easy access to Europe along with Afghanistan and Central Asia. But this failed when the US imposed sanctions on Iran and the Taliban took over Afghanistan. Additionally, this will also adversely impact India's trade with Afghanistan. In a fresh hope, this May, a contract was signed between India and Iran. However, the fresh escalations may now jeopardize the efforts made so far. But as they say, always have a plan B. India had IMEC, India Middle Eastern Economic Corridor, a highly sophisticated and let me say daring railroad ship corridor, a route to Europe that could have bypassed Iran too. Through IMEC, India navigated through the tug of war between the US and Iran. However, the new escalation may have struck that too, as Israel is a crucial destination of the project, from where the second leg to Europe would start. Furthermore, since India enjoys strong diplomatic relations with both Israel and Iran, the warring countries will try to put diplomatic pressure on New Delhi to pick sides. Since India is the most populous country, fifth largest economy, the largest democracy, and most importantly, a country that enjoys a positive global clout, both Israel and Iran would want India to be on their side, to bag a moral and diplomatic victory. Another dimension that could take a hit is the Indian diaspora living in both these nations. Since Israel has built a solid defensive infrastructure to protect residents from attacks, the Indian diaspora will relatively feel safer despite the escalating war. However, things could go south for the Indians living in Iran. Taking that eventuality into consideration, New Delhi may chalk out another evacuation plan and setting it in motion as and when needed. With these complexities, it seems that Indian diplomacy, which is at its best currently, has been under the test. Only difference is, this time the test is tough, but hang tight, there is always a way.